Hey, yo, it's Pro Wrestling Summit. You already know what it is. Chris Dozer. How are you doing, my man?
Hey, I'm doing just fine. How about you?
Man, I'm living the dream. Thank you so much for asking. So we have Backlash. We have Backlash this weekend, buddy. It's Backlash weekend. What do you think about Backlash? I sent you the card earlier. 5-match card. Nothing too crazy. We have some matches to go over, give some predictions on.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I'm just not like, it doesn't feel like a Backlash after WrestleMania type of vibe, if you ask me.
It's like there was sizzle to the Backlash last year, right?
Yeah, much sizzle.
It was in France. It was a crazy crowd, and they really were juiced. This card doesn't nothing for me. Absolutely nothing for me.
Well,
so maybe one match on it.
Yeah, let's start with the elephant in the room. Why are you putting a commentator on against Gunther on this Backlash show when you have plenty of talent who deserve a spot? Maybe like a returning guy, maybe like an Aleister Black, a Ray Phoenix, a Karrion Kross, Miro, or Rusev, whatever you want to call him, Miro, Rusev, whatever. I just don't understand why you're gonna go and put on Pat McAfee, and I get it, it's for the ratings, you're doing it for the ratings, but is this match really have the juice enough to be able to be put on a card right now like that? Shouldn't it be on like the pre-show?
In my opinion, that should be no better than pre-show. If not for the fact that your former world champion is now in a match with your elite color commentator. Which, thank you for mentioning why we put this on paid TV.
Right.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I like to think I'm a smart person, but I have no fucking idea why you waste your time with this.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a best quality use of a spot on a pay-per-view or a premium live event. I shouldn't say pay-per-view.
Premium live event.
It's a premium live event. So
they're come pitchforks with you.
I just don't know why in Tarnation they would ever think that this was a good idea. And I get it, man. You want to boost the ratings. Pat McAfee's going to boost the ratings, but
is he a draw like that though? I think more people are going to watch to see him get his ass whipped and chopped.
100%. So here's my question: how does this lead into something else? Because it has to lead into something else. I don't know what,
right,
but it has to lead into something else. So what are they planning where it's going to lead into? Because there has to be some sort of thing that either helps Pat win or stops Gunther from beating up Pat. Something has to happen to where there's going to be like a storyline that's going to progress from this, because they're only going to do this is a one shot deal. Like, they're not going to have Pat start working matches and and being that guy. There's no way that they're going to do that. So I just wonder.
No, this is a foot in the water for him as far as what he's doing now in adding more to his plate.
Yeah, I can't imagine that they're gonna do anything too crazy, but I'm curious to see who's gonna make the save for Pat. That's what I'm curious about.
Yeah, it's gotta be some big face, a big face.
But who is the question? Who?
Maybe it's Cody. Maybe Cody lands there.
Ooh, Cody Gunther. Now I'd be interested in.
Number one contender match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that I would definitely be interested in. I would be interested in Cody Gunther.
Provides a soft landing for Cody to come back down to the earth a little bit. He doesn't go right back into a title program, nor should he, in my opinion. And he gets him a chance to work his juice back with the crowd.
Yeah.
He gets Gunther to work his heat back for the crowd, too.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that happening. I can definitely see Cody.
I can't imagine Gunther signing on for this with this one-off with Pat McAfee and that being it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There has to be a payoff for Gunther.
Yeah, I would have to say that there is going to be a payoff for Gunther. That's for sure. There's going to be something else in the pipeline for him. What?
There has to be. He's your future. Technically he's your present.
Right. Well, what is the big question mark? Like, what do you do with them? I mean, you gotta have.
Now after the slew of releases we saw, and some names that made us stop and think.
Yeah, that's
the releases they had earlier this week.
That's another thing that we're gonna have to get into is the releases for sure.
But I mean, you'd have to think. Well, it makes you question how they value Gunther right now, right? Is he a foreign menace? Is he a top line heel? Is he one of those guys? Like I'm not in the writers' room, so I can't tell you. All I know is the value to the WWE right now is he's at a premium. So why we're giving away his matches to commentators is fucking ridiculous.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't think that Gunther's going to lose this match one way or another. I mean, unless somebody else gets involved. I mean,
unless it's by disqualification, and I don't know why you need DQ finish to tell the story.
Yeah, I don't.
It should only end one way.
Yeah, it should end with Gunther chopping him and Pat submitting.
Yes.
I mean, unless he's gonna put the choke on him again, which I'm not really like too high on.
The choke's been invalidated.
Yeah, I agree.
It's been invalidated right now because there's no purpose in having that move because he got choked up by his own move.
Yeah,
by someone who's not proficient in mat wrestling
and didn't put it on great. So there's a whole nother thing.
Give it a whole, Thanksgiving dinner in the space between that lock in his neck.
The turkey, the stuffing, the mashed potatoes, the gravy.
All the fixings.
All the fixings.
Big fucking bowl of gravy. There's some casserole in there too.
Some green bean casserole, perfect. Some fucking cranberry sauce. He had all the trimmings.
Maybe even the shrimp cocktail as an appetizer.
Oh, man. Bad. The amuse-bouche. A little aperitif. Unreal, man. Unreal. So, other than that, I mean, there's the women's intercontinental title match, which should be pretty good. I mean, based upon the two people that are in the match. I'm hoping that Becky doesn't go over, but I have a sneaking suspicion that she's going to go over for the Intercontinental title and beat Lyra.
So don't I. I mean, I have a feeling they wanted to put that on her for a while now. So
I'm pretty sure that she was who they wanted to be the initial champion, if you ask me. But I just don't know if she was. She obviously wasn't back in time for that whole thing to go down. So I'm thinking that they're gonna put the belt on her now. But I mean, Becky's got a lot of heat from people calling her Becky Hogan and whatnot. So I wonder if they, kind of do like a swerve move and put Lyra over on her. But I'm really not. I just don't think that that's the case.
I apologize for Mother Nature raining on my parade here. That's the thunder outside here.
Oh, no worries, man.
Game through a thunderstorm. So if we lose connection or I lose power, you'll have to carry us yourself too, Jimmy. Yeah,
no problem. No problem at all, buddy. If that's what I got to do.
You used to listen to heavy load anyways.
No. Absolutely not.
Anyway, I can't tell you how much I despise this storyline with Lyra and Becky. I get why they're doing it because she was brought in by Becky. She's from England, from Ireland. I totally get all the juxtapositions. I totally get it. Please spare me. Spare me of another Becky Lynch title run.
Yeah.
Just spare. Like, it does nothing for Lyra to have her lose her Intercontinental. Now, bear in mind she wasn't doing anything with it anyways to begin with to elevate it. Well, she had a handful of victories over, Dakota Kai before they cut babe with Dakota and left her high and dry. So, anyways, I have no interest in seeing Becky win this match. None. But I have every thinking in my or inclination in my mind, thinking that they're going to want to put that on her to make her the first ever full Grand Slam champion in WWE in the females division.
Which I guess it's the, it's the bigger story. I mean, out of the two stories, it's the bigger story.
The Moolah approach with her, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or every time they introduce the title, they bring her back and she gets a win. But I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Yeah, I'm just, I mean, if somebody's gonna do something with the belt, then I'm interested. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I want to see. If somebody's holding the title, like I want you to do something with it. I don't
it's
just
been a black hole. Like they did more to put over the Women's United States Championship than this.
Yes, I mean,
and they really weren't doing a very complimentary job of that either. It was just an afterthought at times.
Yeah, I don't know why they took it off of Chelsea Green, because Chelsea was doing such a tremendous job with it. And then
Chelsea was money with it.
Yeah, and then they take it off of her to put it on Zelina Vega. I'm like, I just don't.
I mean, listen, I'm not casting dispersions, but Zelina Vega is not a needle mover for me.
No.
Nor is she for a lot of people. She's not on a lot of people's radars. She's a good wrestler. I'm not going to say that she's not. But as far as her being a champion or singles champion, I never saw that in her future, ever. I always looked at her as a filler.
Yeah, she's like a bottom of the mid card type of talent, as far as
she's a house show.
Right, as far as I'm concerned, and it's not because she's a bad wrestler. I mean, she's fine as a wrestler.
It's not knocking her. It's just again, it's how they view her, and how they value her.
Right.
I don't see her like benefiting the championship. The championship's not benefited by going to her.
Chelsea did a completely different job with it, and
she made the title. She made the title entertaining to watch. I don't want to see the title get put on someone and it be a black hole like it is with Lyra.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate that they do that with the mid card titles, man. And
this seems like a throwaway program. It seems like a lazy program. Oh, we have no idea what to do with Becky. Let's turn her heel and have her take the Intercontinental title.
Well, it's easy booking. You know what I'm saying?
It's lazy booking. Is what it is. It's low-hanging fruit that I can't stand.
Yep.
Like if you can't think about it and put as much forethought into each angle, that's not worth your time on television, is it?
Yeah, it's no good.
If you're looking at the show in totality, the women's mid card needs a bump up in the right direction because it means absolutely nothing right now. And they diluted it with titles now. There's the North American title and fucking NXT for them. There's the United States Championship on SmackDown, and Raw has the Intercontinental, and I'm so bored by it. Bored. I've seen this angle with Becky before, numerous times, and it never did anything for me. Then it doesn't do anything for me now.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get why you're saying that. Totally get it.
It's just.
I mean, you're right though. It is lazy booking and it is low hanging fruit. That's for sure. I mean, I think that we're both under the same opinion that Becky's probably going to win the match. And I mean, listen, if she does something with it, then I'm more than happy to say that I was wrong.
Then I'll revisit my opinion on it.
Right. But if she's not going to do anything with it and she's just, they're just going to put it on her for no fucking apparent reason, then what is the point? Like, I just don't see the point. But then again, I'm not in the writer's room. I'm not booking the fucking show. I don't understand why they do a lot of the fucking things that they do. So
yeah, I'm not up to date with the minutia of the day-to-day operations. So they have cooking, but it cannot be that two guys with some wrestling experience can think of way better ways of enhancing that title and adding a prestige to that title.
Well, you say that, right? You say that, but I also think that we're looking at it from a different perspective lens than they're looking at it from.
Absolutely.
I don't think that they are. I don't think that they are looking at it from a. They're looking at it from a strictly business standpoint, while we're looking at it from an interest standpoint. But we both know that the interest can turn into business really fast. So,
absolutely.
and that's how you make cohesive stories. Is you use interest to to further storylines, because that's how you're supposed to fucking do it. It's not supposed to be the other way around. So,
do you not think that they're not watching the views on these clips that they put out? In the social media?
100%. I definitely think that
that's where they're generating most of their viewers' incentive.
Which is wild. Which is wild to me.
It's as crazy as it sounds. It's back to the days of the cable companies reporting the broadcast channel.
Right.
Who turned into that broadcast, and it's a different way of looking at it, but that's how I look at it. They look at it as how many advertising dollars and advertising eyes can we have in this particular match.
Yeah, that's why every fucking match is sponsored by a different company. Product. Right. Well, moving on to some other things. The match against the Intercontinental Men's match is going to be Dom versus Penta, which I'm actually pretty excited about. I really like that. I really like that Dom's the champion. I really think that that's a good look for them. I also think that the Penta look is also a really good look for them, because they've done a great job with Penta. Just in terms of being able to take a guy from not a complete unknown, but not really known in the WWE atmosphere, and making him into a guy who people are really like hot on. And honestly, he is the next Rey Mysterio, not Dragon Lee. And it's unfortunate, because Dragon Lee is a hell of a wrestler, but he's not as exciting as Penta is. I mean, Penta's got the whole...
getting bitten with the injury bug, too.
Yeah, Penta's got the whole shit, fucking down pat. Like, from the entrance to the in-ring stuff, like, he's got cool finishing moves. He's got, he's really good in the ring. He can work with pretty much anybody. Had some great matches to start out with Chad Gable. Like, I mean, there's just there's a lot of upside to Penta, and honestly, I think he's probably closer to the next Rey Mysterio than Dragon Lee is, and they've been touting Dragon Lee as the next Rey Mysterio. So,
yeah, I think that's sorely mistaken.
Sorely mistaken. You're right.
So, as far as this match goes, I'm excited because you have Dominic Mysterio, who's been the best heel on their roster since the start of this whole angle with him and his deadbeat father.
Mm-hmm.
You have Penta, who is absolutely fantastic. Was fantastic in AEW. They were insane for letting him go. Maybe he was asking for a lot of money. I don't know that. But definitely the connection with AAA now, with WWE owning AAA, that's only going to blossom and benefit him and WWE for national exposure.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And he's going to be the bridge gap from Rey Mysterio to the next Lucha Libre star. The Hispanic audience, the Mexican audience, is going to come over in droves to watch the WWE product. Not saying they don't already do now, but he's only going to hook more of them in, because he's so notorious in Mexico and whatnot.
Yep.
His notoriety is, I should say, is pretty high.
Now, just
Man,
think.
talking about my ass here. I'm not sure.
No,
But, like, this is like a microcosm of a view into the future of WWE. This match.
yeah, because Dom's
Same superstar versus a huge fan favorite.
and Dom's really good, man. Like, fucking people hate on Dom, and I'm like, listen, Dom is fucking really good. He gets a ton of heat. He's not like a 10 in the ring. Like, I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, Dom is like,
he's never had to be.
Right. He doesn't need to be a 10 in the ring. He can literally be, a 4 in the ring, and his heat gets him over alone. I mean, the fact that he can't wrestle at a high level, well, I shouldn't say that. The fact that he doesn't wrestle at a high level only adds to the heat that he gets. So it's like, it's pretty outstanding when you really think about it, because he's got the gift. It's a gift.
Is what it is.
Yes, he's got it.
Like, his character, he understands his character forwards and backwards. He understands what his character needs to do, what his character has to do, what his character wants to do. Right? He's fully embedded in that mindset.
I agree. He understands it.
When you have synchronization on all those facets, it makes it so much better.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
much more believable.
Oh, a million times, 1,000,000%. Like, I couldn't have said it any better myself. He has the gift. He knows what he wants to do. He knows what his character's supposed to do, and it bleeds through the screen. I don't think that they're gonna I don't think that they're gonna take the title off of Dom. I think that Penta probably loses the match by some sort of crooked means, with Judgment Day getting involved. Or Liv getting involved, or something happens. I think that there's some sort of crooked thing that goes on. Maybe Carlito gets involved. Something screwy's gonna happen. But the fact of the matter is,
I see Finn getting involved and fucking it up for Dom. Maybe not necessarily him losing the title, but getting disqualified.
Got it. So you think the Finn turn is going to happen then?
I'm not saying the turn will happen at Backlash. It may, because they've been teasing it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But is it going to eventually happen, where he's going to turn on Dom?
Yeah, I mean, what a spot to do it in. I mean, this is, if you're going to do it in a spot, this is the spot to do it in. And I mean, honestly, I would love to see a Finn Dom program against each other over the Intercontinental title. I think that that's a good look, and you can even add a guy like AJ Styles into the mix. Right. Which I think would be awesome. I mean, AJ is an unsung guy, so I'm pretty interested and high on something like that, to where maybe AJ gets involved, or or Finn gets involved into the Intercontinental title program. But I like Finn getting involved, or Carlito. Somebody's gonna get involved and make this match with some fuckery in it. So I definitely think that that's gonna happen. I'm not sure that Dom loses the belt, though. I think it's too fresh.
I agree. I mean, it's only 3 weeks after he won the damn thing.
Right. So I'm pretty interested in seeing where they go with that, and I'm also pretty interested in him keeping the belt, because I think that there's some real opportunity that they would miss out on if Dom didn't hold on to the belt. I think that there's more opponents and more matchups, and I think you need to pay off this Finn story before you get him to drop the title.
If this is truly the Intercontinental title of old, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're growing him for a main title run at some point. He's the next in line, right? Or the next in line.
Well, if it goes the way that it should go.
that it used to go, right? It was a workman's title.
Yep.
I mean, you got it earmarked for decades with him.
Yep.
I mean, and the story kind of writes itself.
Mm-hmm.
And let the self credibility whichever way and direction you want to go with it. You can have him interact with his fella continually. That's money.
Mm-hmm.
You can have him interact with AJ. That's money. You can have him and Finn get in the pissing contest of the Judgment Day direction. That's a story.
Yeah,
and him and Damian Priest have a story already built in too.
Right, a lot of different directions that you can go with Dom.
Absolutely.
Fits into a lot of places. So that leads us into the U.S. title match, which is probably one of the most star-studded matches that we will probably ever see, where outside of a WrestleMania, where the 4 guys in the match are all stars. So I'm so befuddled that they wouldn't. I mean, I guess I get why they're doing it, to get them on the show, but it's unbelievable that you have these 4 guys involved in a match. Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, LA Knight, and Jacob Fatu. Like that.
Over a mid-card title.
Over a mid-card title. That is like a fucking star-studded 4-way that you're going to do on this. It's going to be the best match on the show. I have no doubt about it. It's going to be the best match on the show.
Hands down.
Now, I don't know what they do, to be quite honest with you. There has to be a title switch somewhere on the show. I think Becky gets the Intercontinental title, but I think that this might be an opportunity for Solo to fuck Jacob. But I just don't. I just don't know what they do. I don't know what they do. Because I could see Drew, the Drew and Damian storyline is over pretty much as far as I'm concerned. It was over at WrestleMania as far as I'm concerned. And the LA Knight, Damian Priest, like, I'm not really interested. We got that on free television on SmackDown. Like, I wasn't really super high on that match. I didn't think the match was that great. But I am super high on Drew and LA Knight. That is something that I'm pretty high on. So I wonder if that's what the interaction goes to, and Fatu and Priest end up working a program together out of this match, and Drew and LA Knight end up working a program together out of this match. I wonder if that's going to be the situation, but I could be completely wrong.
They teased both directions, right? With Drew and LA and Priest and Fatu already.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Individually among themselves. And then they've all had interactions with each other. I truly believe that the Damo and Fatu are going to go on and have numerous matches over the next few months.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Drew and LA, because it was just begging to happen. And that's the low-hanging fruit I want to see, right? Now, right. I don't want to see the amalgamation of it, like just forcing them all into a 4-way match, because it books you into a corner.
Yeah.
Because then you have to get creative with it, and then are we going to protect Jacob? Are we going to keep the title on Jacob, most importantly? And then are we going to protect him in the finish if he doesn't win?
Right, like who takes the pin?
Right. So, I mean, I think right now LA is a fall guy.
Oh, okay.
He's going to get pinned by Fatu.
Okay. I mean, I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that happening.
I mean, look at the other names. Like a pinfall loss hurts their momentum upward.
Yeah, I mean,
whereas LA is coming off of a loss, so it's not like it's the wrong possibility is going to lose. It's
he's the most likely. Yeah, he's the most likely to lose.
Right.
I would have to say he's the most likely to lose. I can't see Drew getting pinned. Priest, it seems that they're still pretty high on Damian Priest. I'm not a giant Damian Priest guy. I mean, I gotta be 100% honest. I'm just not. I'm not a giant Damian Priest fan. I don't think that. I mean, he works fine. But he's like I put him in the same category as like a Braun Strowman. Like he's like a top. He's like a top of the mid card type of guy.
Right.
You know, he's not like a main event guy. I think he's like a top of the mid card type of dude who can, who can fluctuate. Which is why I found it
odd that he got the Money in the Bank briefcase and he ended up getting the title after WrestleMania.
Yeah, that was bizarre to me. I didn't understand that at all.
It seemed like it was all left field booking. Maybe to me, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan of Damian Priest, but I'm not like I see the value in him.
Yeah.
Now, like they've invested so much money into him and whatnot, and they made him a main event player. I'm just not sure with how clouded that main event is if there's any room for him.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that there's a lot of room for anybody in the main event scene. I mean, it's especially with Cena. Like Cena's only going to work with the top of the top type of guys. Like he's not gonna.
He can't pick his opponents already.
Right. So, and then on the other side of things, like, is Jay's gonna not work with Priest? I mean, Priest is on SmackDown, so that's John Cena's show. You know what I'm saying? That's the title belt that's on SmackDown. So like, he's not gonna work with Jay. Like I could see Damian Priest working with Jay. But I mean, face. I just don't. I'm not bought into it. And Cena's
it's like brushing your teeth with salt water.
Right, and Cena's not gonna fucking work with Damian Priest. I'm sorry to tell everyone who's a giant Damian Priest fan, but Cena's not working with fucking Damian Priest.
Maybe there are people that are huge fans of them out there. I'm not going to disparage his accomplishments. I'm just saying, is that the guy that's going to lead you in the next generation? Probably not, because he's going to be retired before it's done.
Right.
So, Braun Breaker, Jacob Fatu,
Dom.
These are the guys that are going to carry the mental into the future.
Yep, I agree.
And guys like Dom and Penta both. But those are the guys on the same boat. Those are the guys who are going to carry your stories throughout the year. Those are the guys who can wrestle 300 days out of the year and not have a problem.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
So, like, I don't see what they see in Damian Priest. That's not necessarily a knock on him. It's just I don't see what they see. I was surprised he came away with the title. I was surprised he was even involved in the title picture, but he did a great job in that whole feud. He did great. He did a passable, serviceable job as a champion too.
No, absolutely. So, I totally think that he did a serviceable job as champion, but I just don't. Maybe it's quantity over quality, instead of the other way around, quality over quantity. Because he I mean, there's just not like there's nothing about him where I go, this guy looks and acts and is championship material. Even when he had the belt and he was having really good matches with people, I was like, I just don't see it. I don't believe it. I don't believe him.
I think for me, seeing him carry the belt, I was always waiting for the next shoe to drop. Right?
Yeah, like you knew that he was a guy.
I know he's the guy that's going to be the guy that's going to lose.
Right, he's a transitional champion. It's like you knew it before he even held the belt. Like, this guy is going to win the belt, and he's going to be a transitional champion.
Yep, and you saw that trajectory play out, like literally.
100%.
The title.
But again, I take nothing away from the guy. He was the world heavyweight champion.
He obviously is valued by the company. He's obviously performed adequately to their standards to keep getting put in these situations. I'm not saying he's not deserving of it. I'm just saying it's interesting how they booked him.
Yeah, big guy, good look, can work in the ring, but I don't believe him.
I'm way more interested to see him and Finn go at it again. Those are some good matches.
Yeah, because Finn's a guy who's going to bump around for him. You know what I mean? Like, he, at the top of the card, like, there's not guys that are going to, really sell for him. Like, Finn, listen, I love Finn Balor, but Finn Balor is another guy who's, like, at the top of the mid-card. Should be a champion, but, is at the top of the mid card, but can, lower himself to the lower mid card as well and wrestle matches down there. Like, Finn Balor is a great measuring stick to see if a guy can really wrestle or not. That's what I think. He's the consummate professional, a great hand, not unlike Chad Gable. Chad Gable is in that same yeah, exactly, or like a guy like Kurt Hennig, Ravishing Rick Rude. Like, those are the guys who are like the measuring stick. You throw the top of the top guys in there, or upper mid card guys, and they may get a win over this guy. But you're gonna figure out if the guy can work or not. AJ Styles is not unlike that either. But I think there's bigger things for AJ, to be perfectly honest with you, which I'll get into in a second. But our last match of the night for Backlash is going to be Cena versus Orton. Now, you and I both know that even though it's in St. Louis, there's no fucking possible way that fucking John Cena is losing the belt to Randy Orton.
In my personal opinion, they're going to do it in the most sleazy way possible, too.
You think
Just
so?
Get the extra heat. I think so.
Count out?
I don't see count out. I do see disqualification happening.
Interesting.
Maybe Travis Scott comes down again. I hope not, but I see them doing it in a dog shit way.
To really get the heat over for fucking Cena.
Yeah, and to keep Orton's team.
Now, does Orton go on to work with him again? Do you think during this run? So. No, you think this is a one and done?
I think so. I think they're trying to recapture that nostalgia aspect of it from the 2010s. Personally, those matches never did anything for me. I don't know about anyone else.
Well, I wasn't a giant Cena guy either, so.
Right, neither was I. But that was what was on your TV for the bulk of those the 2010s.
Yeah.
In some form or fashion.
Yep.
It's one of those two guys. So, I mean, I do see the match being exciting. I do see them doing a lot of crowd manipulation.
Yep.
And maybe he even goes down where he does get a 1, 2, 3 with on Cena with Cena's ankle draped over the rope.
Oh. To get the huge pop from the fans and then have it taken away.
The gut punch is what I'm talking about. That they're gonna hit these fans with a gut punch.
Yep.
It's gonna drive Jimmy and I absolutely out of our fucking minds. That's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that, something like that happening. That's for sure. It would be too bad. It would be too bad, but it definitely is that type of thing that's going to happen. Because
they see it virtually every other way possible.
Yeah.
The same being the cheap ass heel and taking the easy way out.
Well, it's going to be interesting because the roles are reversed now. So I'm interested to see how bad John Cena wrestles Randy Orton. If it's kind of like it's kind of like a train wreck. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to be able to look away.
Yeah, but you don't want to watch it,
right? I don't want to see it, but
no interest in seeing it. No interest in seeing it, but you're forced to watch it.
Correct. All right, so you like Cena going over as well, then?
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, we're both on the same page with that. Now let's finish this episode up by talking about the releases that happened. I mean, there was a lot of talent released. I mean, like talent that I didn't necessarily expect to be released. Like, why release Braun Strowman? I mean, I understand it's a money thing, but you're bringing in all these other top flight guys. So like, you're bringing in a Jeff Cobb, but you're going to release Braun Strowman. I don't necessarily understand that.
That's, I mean, Jimmy, you and I spoken during the week about that. Like, seems like a similar guy. Like, you already had that guy on your roster.
Right, who's already been there, who's already, like, doing it. So, like, why take a guy like that out to bring in a guy like Jeff Cobb, who is, he's not going to be a world champion. Like, let's just
He's
fucking
not a needle mover, man. He's
right.
not a needle mover, man.
Like, I don't think enough people know who Jeff Cobb is, to be perfectly honest with you. I really don't. I mean, maybe they just don't know what to do with big guys. Maybe that's like what the fucking issue is, because they sent Almost to Noah, Pro Wrestling Noah in Japan, and he got over like gangbusters, and then they, recalled him to bring him back, and then they haven't used him at all. So, like, I don't necessarily understand, like, what the fuck they're doing in terms of, do they not know what to do with fucking giant human beings? Like, is that what the fucking issue is? Because it is bizarre to me. Bizarre. And not only that, but all the females that they released is just fucking crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Like, okay, Dakota Kai's injured. I get it. She's injury prone. Okay, you don't want to waste any more time in terms of, having to, see her get hurt and so on and so forth, so you're just going to release her. Okay, I can at least understand that. But, like, somebody like Cora Jade, like, what the fuck are we talking about? What the fuck are we talking about with Gigi Dolan? Like, how the fuck are you going to release those people? Now, I know that these are not going to be the only releases. There are more coming. For sure.
There's way more coming. And a lot more names are going to be like, wow, that's crazy. Let's go through them. Like Shayna Baszler, I was a huge fan of, but they fumbled the ball with her with the whole Charlotte thing. They missed an opportunity with her. She never really regained any momentum back.
Yep.
You can say it's on her, but I say it's on how she was booked. So it sucks to see her go, but I do know she's going to be fine wherever she lands.
Yeah, that's a perfect person for TNA.
I don't understand Dakota Kai, right? Like, you put so much time and effort into getting her up to the main roster.
Yep.
And then being a force with damage control. Like, what are we supposed to do now? Like, what the hell are we talking about now? Like, and with Cora Jade and Gigi Dolan in particular, I'll take these two together because I think this is what's proving out to be a reality. You get into the developmental system, you get over, but there's a glut at the top of the heap.
Yep.
And to get in there, you get lost in the shuffle almost instantaneously.
Yep.
And this is a product of that. Yeah, people with like Gigi Dolan or Cora Jade, they should be wrestling on a main roster spot, but they're not because there's someone already in that spot. That's
like filling their quota almost.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you have three guys for that spot, technically. Three hands for that spot.
Right.
It's just, at some point, it's either get out of the pot with them, let them go out and apply their craft elsewhere and make some money and draw some money. Then you can re-sign them again and draw them back in.
Right.
That's honestly what I think that whole mindset would be with both of those individuals. Chicago Jackson, no, I don't care about.
No,
never have.
I like Lash Legend a lot, and I have really, really high hopes for Lash Legend. I mean, I think that she is probably, she's probably like gonna be a main roster star. Jakara Jackson, I just didn't see it from. She was in that tag team, but like an afterthought in that tag team. She was definitely the Marty. She was definitely the Marty Jannetty of that tag team.
Right, she's the albatross hanging on the neck of Lash Legend. I think that Jakara Jackson was holding back what that group could have been.
I agree. I like that metaphor group a lot. You know,
I mean, it had legs, man. I'm telling you. But once again, where like it seemed like that people are content being on NXT right now, and that's why I think that was made to be the most shocking of all. Was like, we're gonna pop these people off because we're not gonna do anything with them, and we're gonna give them an opportunity to make money elsewhere.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of those talents I can see going to TNA or going to like MLW.
But if you go into TNA, you're going into the WWE system again.
Right. So I mean,
do you want to do that, or hearing from people like Rusev and Malachi Black, do you want to go to that place?
Do you want to go into the abyss?
Like, do you want to go to be forgotten about?
Oh God!
Wrestle on Collision, get injured, and not be heard from again.
Right. I mean, listen. I think that there's a lot of. I think that there's a lot of places where you can work. I mean, listen, Matt Cardona has fucking made a name for himself on the fucking indie circuit. Like, he is.
Well, he's proven himself to be the exception as opposed to the rule. I think he's given people a blueprint on how to get over on the indies.
Of course.
When you're done with WWE. But then again, I don't think any one of those people that got released had the talent as Matt Cardona does.
That may be true as well. I mean, I like Cora Jade a lot. I think Cora Jade has a really bright future. I'm really happy that Indy Hartwell signed with TNA. I think that's an awesome landing spot for her. I think she's gonna wrestle some really good matches there. I mean, there is a lot of fucking people that they fucking released that I'm like scratching my head about. Shayna Baszler being one of them. I'm not like again, Shayna Baszler. Too good.
How are you feeling if you're Zoe Stark right now?
Yeah, like I'm counting down the days to get released. I guess, like
right.
It's sad, man. It's really sad.
It's kind of like standing on the tracks and the train's coming through. You know it's coming, you can't avoid it, and there's no stopping it.
Now, I don't understand why they fucking released Oro Mensah. I get why they released Riley Osborne. But I don't get why they released Oro Mensah, because Oro Mensah was fucking really good. That's another guy who's going to land in TNA, I bet. Because he's really good in the ring, and he definitely like fits the bill for that TNA style of wrestling. Shayna Baszler may just go on the indie circuit, to be quite honest with you, and wrestle like places like Bloodsport and like GCW and fucking
GCW,
do all that type of shit. And I think that she'll get over like gangbusters there. But who knows? I mean, she's got a real good friend named Marina Shafir who's in AEW. So like that could be another thing that could
prime feature spot too.
Right. So that could be another spot for her, and Moxley loves that type of shit. So people who work the real MMA style. So, I mean, that might be a landing spot for Shayna Baszler as well, which wouldn't be a bad thing, I don't think. I mean, I would like to see her, work with some talents over in AEW. I mean, I don't think a lot of talents would want to work with her, but, that's just me. And not because she's bad in the ring, it's because she's just so rugged. She is fucking rugged in the ring, man. Like, she does not fucking play around.
No, and she brings that legit, background with her wherever she goes.
Right, I agree.
Is born and bred it right into her. Which is why I feel it's a shame that Triple H couldn't utilize that or harness that in such a way. It seems like I missed the opportunity. Like she was never on his radar.
Right.
And he just cleaned over and forgot about it until contracts came due.
Yeah. That's
what it seems to me. I'm probably talking my ass again, but whatever. I don't get paid to speculate.
Ain't that the truth, buddy?
But what I'm saying is, like, they were never on the same wavelength at all during her main roster run.
Mm-hmm.
At all, they were never like. It only seemed like they were in sync when she first came up and she started that shit with Becky and she started that shit with Charlotte.
Yep.
And that was it for her.
Yeah.
Like, they woke up and they said, "Oh no, we're not pushing her anymore."
Which is crazy to me.
Agreed, because she was primed for a title shot.
Yep.
Title opportunity. I thought she was taking the title off of Charlotte.
She should have. 100%. I agree. 100%. It would have catapulted her immediately, and people would have taken her serious. Especially during the time that Ronda Rousey was there. Like, that was the time to fucking do it. Is, that realism, that real fighting background, and that real fighting realism, like, that could have been a big fucking that could have been huge for them, but they didn't.
Yeah.
But they didn't
Especially
do it.
with their partnership with DKO.
Right.
I don't know why they didn't harness that. That was in their back pocket.
Seems bizarre to me too, man. Seems bizarre to me. But again, just like you, I'm not paid to speculate.
Right.
I mean, they can pay us to speculate if they want to. I mean, I'd be more than happy to just fucking.
Give me some of those Netflix dollars. I'll speculate all goddamn day.
Oh my god.
And you only have to pay me a ridiculous salary. Only just a modest amount.
Yeah. I mean, considering what they're paying other people, I mean, fuck.
If you couldn't write better than what Cena's doing now, like if you couldn't write better than that, I don't know what you can do.
Yeah, I don't understand. But that's why we're doing this podcast, is because we have a different outlook on things, and that might not be the most popular outlook, but it's our outlook. So.
No, Jimmy, we're two angry men, angry old men, gatekeeping. That's what we're doing.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. We're gatekeeping. We're gatekeeping. Yeah. Yeah.
Probably are.
Yep. Probably. No, not probably. Definitely. We're definitely two angry old men who are gatekeeping. Fucking ridiculous. Anyway, this has been Pro Wrestling Summit. This has been the 5/8/2025 edition. Make sure that you reach out to us on the comment section. Like, share, subscribe. Share with your friends. Share with your enemies. We're not afraid. We'll take any criticisms that you have, and and we'll talk about it on the show, because we don't give a shit. But yeah. Chris, this is gonna be your last. This is gonna be your last episode for a little while, huh?
Unfortunately, so I'm going in for some heart surgery next Tuesday, and I will be out of action up until I'm up and upright again. I'm hoping to be upright sooner rather than later. But again, I don't know anything about this stuff as far as recovery time goes. It's kind of, it is what it is.
Right.
So,
well,
I may pop in from time to time for short bursts, or I may pop back in and we'll go right back to it.
Well, we all here wish you a very speedy recovery. We hope that everything goes well with your surgery. We hope that everything is is on the up and up, and we can't wait for you to come back, buddy.
Thank you, sir. I can't wait to be back.
Awesome.
Appreciate it all.
Hey,
love you.
No problem at all, guy. Well, this has been Pro Wrestling Summit, and we will catch you next time. Peace.